Alright, so page 290. I used to make you guys memorize, I used to make the teacher training memorize the Ashtanga Yoga mantra for the teacher's training instead of the Gayatri. I'm a much bigger fan of the Gayatri mantra, simply for its universality. But the Ashtanga Yoga mantra is a mantra to Patanjali, and so that has enormous implications as well. So we'll do a little call and repeat of the Ashtanga Yoga mantra, which is fairly challenging at first, but we're going to just kind of touch upon several of these, so we're not going to spend too long on any one of them. So page 290 has it on the very top. Call and repeat, so whatever I say, repeat it after me. Vande Gurunam Charanarvinde.
Vande Gurunam Charanarvinde.
Sandar Sita Svatma Sukhava Bodhe. Sandar Sita Svatma Sukhava Bodhe. Nishrayase Jangalikaya Mane. Nishrayase Jangalikaya Mane. Samsara Hara Hara Moha Shantiye. Samsara Hara Hara Moha Shantiye. Abahu Purushakaram. Abahu Purushakaram. Shankachakrasi Dharinam. Shankachakrasi Dharinam. Sahasra Shirsam Svetam. Sahasra Shirsam Svetam. Pranamami Patanjalim. Pranamami Patanjalim. I bow to the lotus feet of the lineage of gurus who awakens insight into the happiness of pure being, who is the final refuge, the shaman, who eliminates the delusion caused by the poisonous herb of samsara. I prostrate before Patanjali, who has thousands of radiant white heads, who has, as far as arms, assumed the form of a man, holding a conch shell, a wheel, and a sword. Patanjali was a real man. He really existed. He wrote the Yoga Sutras. He also wrote the book of Ayurveda, and he wrote a book on Sanskrit. The master work ever written on Sanskrit was written by Patanjali as well. So although he was a real man, here he is being demonstrated or being described in a mythological way. Okay? Because when in India someone becomes particularly revered, they are basically over the course of time given mythological qualities. Okay? So that's why you have Patanjali being explained as like a serpent, and but then he's got 1,000 heads, but now he's supposed to all these arms, and because by the point of now 3,000 years later, he's just been assigned every number of glorifying attributes because of his mark in the world and in the weight, his heavyweight nature. Okay, Patanjali, greatest yogi ever. Okay, basically a god at this point. Number 2 is the most popular mantra in Tibet. Originally it was an Indian mantra, but it has become more or less the national mantra of Tibet. Okay? Known as the Bodhisattva mantra. Heard it before most likely. Om Mani Padme Hum. Has no direct translation. The closest thing you can translate it as is that we see there. The jewel of consciousness is in the heart's lotus. The closest thing you can do to translate that. Om Mani Padme Hum. Once again, what is that essentially doing?
Creating vibration.
Yes, but read the translation.
And when we are in the present, unaware.
The jewel of consciousness is in the heart's lotus. What is that? How does that relate to anything that I spoke to you about the chakras?
I kind of think the heart is rather more we think of as the third eye.
Okay, keep going. Do you see how it's saying connect your third eye to your heart? The jewel of consciousness is in the heart's lotus. Remember I said, you want to be enlightened, you have to relate the third eye to the heart. So in some ways that's one of the expressions of this, of which there are many. Okay, I don't want to reduce this to just that, but that is there. Okay? This mantra is used to enhance one's spirituality for the benefit of all sentient beings. This mantra is repeated, make the intention to generate compassion to all sentient beings. Om Mani Padme Hum. Ready? Repeat after me. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om Mani. Om Mani. Padme Hum.
Padme Hum.
Om Mani.
Om Mani.
Padme Hum.
Padme Hum.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om. Just to make sure that you're given the lesson, because not everyone has a mala bead, but let me just be clear how to use the mala bead. You start at the base of what's known as the Godhead bead, which is the top. When you wear this should be here. The fashion statement is that you'd rather it be down here because it makes you look cooler. But make sure you realize that this is designed to be the very top. It's the Godhead bead. Now, when you're ready to begin, you start at number 1. Remember, there's 108. The point of this whole thing is that you can do counting without having to count. So if you're having a sadhana that says that I need to chant 112,000 Om Namah Shivayas a day, which is not impossible, you better use one of these. Okay? Now, so you count to yourself, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani, silently usually, Om Mani Padme Hum. When you get all the way around, okay, all with your eyes closed, it becomes obvious that you re-hit the Godhead bead. You feel the strings and all that. Do not cross over it. Return back the way you came. Okay? This is the tradition. Very simple.